Greetings, survivors. This is a new builder video and it's specific about Alpha 17 AI and spikes because I think what people have been, the complaints people have been having about spikes are kind of missing the point. Um, I do not believe, well, here's what are the complaints first, right? Um, Basically that zombies, once they path through the spikes, they will take that path and ignore all the spikes. And yes, that happens, but I think it happens not because of any inherent quality of the spikes, but of how they are being used. It is my belief that a spike for the zombies is just like a wood frame. They need to jump on top of it. Oops, sorry. Let me take my Let me take all my armor off actually, just so I can move a bit faster. They need to jump on top of the spike, right? It doesn't see this block as something it goes through. It's not an empty space for them. It's a block. So the only two ways it can go through a block are destroying the block or jumping on top of it. So I believe that the problem here is that zombies think this as something they have to jump off on top of. So once they are done with that, they will just oops, not here. Once they destroy, well, once a spike is destroyed, then that path does not require a jump, and zombies will prefer paths that do not require jumps. Okay, I have two layers of spikes everywhere but here. Okay, so they are closer on this side. They will be closer on this side than any other side. But as far as I understand what is happening, I think they just think of this as wood blocks they have to jump on top of. So going through that side doesn't really offer any less resistance because they don't think this is special. It's just something they get on top of. And if they come from here, it's faster for them to jump here than to go all the way around and jump there. So let's see if that works out. Gonna get some Arlenes here. By the way, the speed of these Arlenes should be, it's either Nightmare or Sprint, one of the two. Okay. Let's see how this works. Straight ahead. Yeah, they couldn't care less. Just trying to get me. Okay. So they really don't care about that, the spikes. That here there's less, more spikes than there is on the other directions. Now, one thing that I'm curious about, let's go got more just to get on the other side, is what if the spikes are actually buried? Because to me, this is like having a block here, right? So if they go through the spikes, that will mean there is no elevation change. And I think that they would prefer to go with no elevation change than to go with some elevation change. So let's try to get some Arlenes on this other side here. Let's first pause so that I can get back to ground level. Okay, so now I think they will prefer to go through this side than that side. than any other side. So let's see how this works out. No, straight on. Oh, but they're going for the corner. Okay. They're going for the corners. Okay. The corners might be causing issues with the mechanics. So let's just remove the corners and let's get some steel blocks. Okay, Erling. Oops. Okay, I had pause now. So what are they trying to do here? Okay, they got a block on the side here. It's not what you're supposed to do, stupid creatures. So let's remove this thing here so I can spawn our leans. Is that they will actually prefer to go over a spike than go down. So let's see here. So that first Arlene's going over the spike. Let's see if she completely destroys the spikes. Yeah, see, she's going for the spike. Another Arlene. See? She's going for the spike. Why I'm not going to God mode there? God mode. Cheater Arlene. Yeah, I should have made them walk. Let's put an Arlene there again. And I think she's going to go here. Exactly. So you see, they'll rather go on top of the spike than go down. Now I believe that they will try to go around through here. Maybe if they are slower. Let me change that. Let me pause this. Let me pause this for a moment. Look at you, Arlene. Let's see what happens now. Should I made it that far? So I'm no longer close to the bars. Being close to the bars, zombies usually try to avoid getting to you like through that. Let's see if they're going to walk around and try to go through here. Or just no. You see how they jump on top of the spikes? Yeah, now they're going to try to get that direction. Okay. Let me replace the spikes here. Just going diagonally hit it there. So, is there anyone coming through here? Yeah, if I go closer to one side, they'll go to that side. But it seems that if they are basically at the corner, they do prefer to go here. So spikes going up, not much of a problem. Though, yeah. Let's try something else here. Let's say a zombie got through one set of spikes here. So there's a set of spikes missing here. I think I'm gonna place Arlene here. Okay. So there's a set of spikes missing, but I'm basically closing this direction. So let's see if she tries to go straight ahead or if she actually paths around the spikes. So let's wake her up. There. So they are going there. Yeah, they actually want to come here. Interesting. And now they're coming back. Okay, this was the... This, because it was hold, it had less resistance. So spalls are lean again. We still have a hole there, but everything now is repaired. So is it repaired? I think it's repaired. Let's see. Nope, straight ahead. Really didn't care much. Okay, still turn around to this side. So yeah, it's part of the distance calculation and whether it's worth jumping or not. So sometimes it's jumping, sometimes they're not. Can play some Orleans here. Some Orleans there. Some Orleans there. Orleans here. And here. So now, okay, these are turning. These are going directly. And these made a hole. Such crappy loot, honestly. Crappy loot. Imagine you're trying to get to a loot dropped on Horde Night and you get that. Can of chili, 7 shotgun shells and 118 brass. That's crap as hell. So here they basically went to the sides, but if they're farther from that, they went straight ahead. Now here again, I'm pretty sure that if I spawn more Arlenes, they're going to go through the spikes. So let me pause here. Spawn a few Arlenes here. So I believe they will go on top of the spikes here. Right on top of the spikes. And she even, when the spike got destroyed, she moved to the side to get to the spike. So yeah, it makes a big difference to them whether they have to jump on something or not. If it's going straight on, they don't care as much, and I believe that's because they basically the spikes are so weak that I think they can just destroy them easily, which is true. All right, so now I have 2 layers of spike here, 1 layer of spikes in this direction, and 2 layers of spikes here, and finally here, that one has 2 layers, and this one has 1 layer, but they are both recessed underground, right? So what I think is gonna happen first, let's say I spawn some Marlines in this direction. Um, okay, now there are two layers of spikes here, and they are too high, and this is just 1 layer too high. So I think because there are 2 layers here, and because they are closer to this than to this, they are gonna choose to break through these spikes. But if they actually go through here because these are too high, I don't think that's gonna matter, but maybe. What I expect to happen here is that once they break the 2 blocks here, they're actually going to go up and go around somewhere else. So let's see how this goes. Mannerline. Let's see. They're approaching, and they are going for in this direction because there is only iron bars here, whereas here there is a wall of a different kind. Okay. So let's make more leans. 25. Okay. They're going here. And they keep going to the side to get up. Yeah, you're not here. Not allowed. No, you're not gonna dig there. Bastards. Digging up stuff. Very idea. All right, let's now get a few more leans, not 25. Okay, now here's a hole, and here's a wall, and here's another wall. I think, yes. The previous Orleans made this wall smaller. I broke some blocks here. So let's get Orleans here again. Go down. So now what will they do? Will they go for one high wall or the whole? And they're going for the one high wall because it's less resistance to them. And they don't really know how to go up from here. They were destroying these blocks because they were already in the hole, so they really didn't have any options. Over here, yeah. I'm gonna try to break a block here than any other direction. So there you have. Let me do one final change here because they did try to break these blocks. So they should go first in this direction. I'm gonna spawn there on the opposite direction of this base, I suppose you could call it. Get a few Arlenes, then I'm gonna drop down here, and I do need an iron bar there. So with the iron bar destroyed, they go through, they try to get here. I didn't notice the iron bar was destroyed there, and there's another one destroyed here. Yep, going there. So spawn again, and let's this time spawn 25 of them. Yep. Spikes plus iron bars is more than just iron bars. Now they go for the spikes. And now that all the spikes are destroyed, what will they do? Some of them are hitting those blocks, but others are now going to the other side, I believe, to try the spikes instead. So their behavior is changing, and I wonder what will happen once they break through here. What if I destroy or here? Ah, just destroy a single bar is enough for them to prefer to go here, come here. Interesting. Yep, this is where they want to come. Okay, that's the end of my experiment. Some of it, I mean, the part where they prefer to go up, the part they prefer to go around instead of through the spikes, avoid jumping, didn't work that much. It worked a little bit, but the distance has to be very short. If the distance was, I don't know, 5 meters higher than the spikes, they would just prefer to jump. So there is a negative weight in jumping. It's just not that big. But otherwise, yes, they think of these as blocks. So if there are 2 blocks, if they are too high, they prefer to go to one that is only one high. Or in fact, if there is a path where there is no blocks they need to destroy in front, they will go through here. And if this thing is in the ground, then they prefer, and the wall here is solid enough, they will prefer to go out and try a different direction than just keep hitting on the wall. But that there is, it's not a clear-cut case there. It can change depending on their preferences. So some of them think that bashing the block is better than coming outside and destroying some other block. But it really depends on what they want to do. As going to do one last experiment. So now there is a hole there, and there is a platform here. So there's a hole there and a platform here. So let's get some Orleans. Yeah, spawn 25. So platform here, hole there. They want the hole. And if I'm closer to the side, they don't care. Let me kill all. The problem might be the damage this thing already took. Okay, let's try this again. With 25 Orleans. Okay, most of them prefer to go this way. than this. So it was the damage to the iron bars that made it come here. Because for them, this is the same. Ground and ground. Again, they don't see spikes as spikes. It's just blocks. And now they are all going around to go to the weakest spots. Even if I'm close right here, they still prefer the weakest spot. So there you have it. So I think this shows that spikes don't work exactly as people thought. People are claiming they work. Zombies don't really try to avoid spikes. No, that's not it. In fact, you see here that they keep going on the spikes. No, spikes are just a block. And that means they have to either jump over the top of the block or they have to break the block or they can walk on top of the block. So that's all it has. That's all the AI is doing. There is no um, special knowledge the zombies have about spikes that have them uh, um, path between spikes because the spikes do damage. No, it's just that they don't want to jump on top of the spikes. So there you have it. I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.